Shall we begin?
This is Live Speak with hosts Justin Gilson, Alan Quant, and John Rainey. We're bringing you tech news, gadget reviews, Kickstarter investment strategies, and anything we want to discuss with you. Stick around, it's going to be a great show
on Live Speak Radio.
Welcome, everybody, to Live Speak Radio. This is the 14th of September, 2014. I'm here with Alan Quant from thedigitalcraft.com and John Rainey from Sligo Web Solutions. John Rainey, how's it feel to be back on the show, John?
I'm not really here.
Yeah, he's not. John has been in spy school. I mean, has been something for the government. I didn't edit that out.
It's top secret Irish national security stuff that I can't talk about.
Yeah, but he just talked about. So expect a few knocks on your door in a minute. Mm-hmm. No, we haven't talked to John in forever. I missed John.
It wasn't that long ago.
No, it really wasn't. Was it? That's how long it was. I can't remember.
6 weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, give or take. Or so. Anything new going on? Have you heard of anything cool besides water problems in Ireland?
Yeah, nothing that I want to talk about.
Yeah, I was going to say, that video you showed on Facebook of the water purification over there. That's disgusting. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting.
There is one other disgusting development.
What?
There is a Windows 8 machine in my house.
Yay!
I know.
How's that going for you?
My wife's laptop gave up the ghost, so we had to
buy a new one, huh?
We had to buy a new one, and as much as I fought with the guy selling it, he wouldn't give me a Windows 7 one.
Aww.
So, and I know the headaches that it causes trying to downgrade to Windows 7 from a Windows 8 machine, so I just didn't bother.
Is it touchscreen?
No.
Oh, God, then it's really a pain.
Yeah, my wife likes it, though.
Well, that's good.
She thinks it's nice.
It's shiny. That's all that matters.
It is shiny, actually.
Yeah,
it
shiny
is a nice, shiny laptop.
I thought that's what women say when they don't actually like something.
Maybe that's what it is.
It's nice.
It's nice. Take it back now.
No, she genuinely does like it. She's happy enough using it, and it's faster than her old machine. And
yeah, I got to give it to them on that. It's still a fast operating system.
Is it solid state?
No.
That kills me. That's amazing.
Yeah, unreal.
My Windows 8 solid state it boots before I can blink my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Well, yeah. It's not an entry level laptop, but it's not your high end one either, if you know what I mean. So I would highly doubt there's a solid state hard drive in it.
Does it support teleportation?
No. Put it this way: if it was a solid state,
we just keep throwing state.
Yeah, I know, right?
If it was a solid state hard drive in it, it would no longer be in it. It'd be in my PC at the moment.
Yeah. Right.
You don't really need this, love. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah,
now.
no, she likes it.
That's
I
good.
hate doing anything on it.
Well, before you know it, it's going to be Windows 9. There's so many different leaked videos and pictures about Windows 9 out there.
Yeah, let's cram that ridiculous start screen into a little tiny window. That's what people wanted.
That's exactly. They're listening 100% to what we want as consumers. I know you want
and
this.
If anybody follows PC World as well on Facebook, they'll see that they've posted nothing but that story all week.
Oh, yeah.
About the screenshots being leaked. Mm-hmm. I've seen it at least 4 times on my timeline today.
Yeah. And it's longer than just a week. I mean, it's been going for a while. And, Windows 9 wasn't supposed to come out until September of 2015. And now they're talking it might be released in a few months. How does that happen? What are they leaving out? Everything. They just added a start menu.
Oh, you know what? I read that as September 2014. I totally thought it was coming out this month.
Oh.
I hope not, because that would be extremely rushed.
Yes.
There I go, time traveling again.
Yeah. I'm going to knock that off. You're going to ruin my future. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what. Oh gosh. Windows 8, then Windows 8.1, then Windows 8.1 Update 1, then Update 2, then Windows 9, all within like 6 months. It makes your head spin. Nobody knows what to buy anymore, so Microsoft is basically pushing people to Apple because they don't understand what's going on right now with Microsoft. Wait, I can get a computer with what on it? 9? No, 8.1. Oh, okay.
They're ending the upgrades as well for Windows 7. They're no longer going to produce any new.
Oh, that's right.
What you call them? That's coming up this year, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember. I want to say January 2015 or something.
They're still going to support it until I think it's April 2021.
Right.
You think I'd have that kind of information here in front of me if I decided I was going to talk about it?
No, that's not what we do here.
Well, basically, they're not going to be producing any more programs and things for Windows 7. They'll still release.
There will be security
upgrades and those sort of things, but outside of that, that's all you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, they just ended XP, which was in April 8th. That's when the end of that extended support. So there's two different kinds. There's mainstream support, and then there's the extended support. Vista is going to end. Nobody cares, but April.
What's it called? What is it?
Yeah, it's Schmista. I can't remember.
That's what I run on my TV with my other laptop.
I have a Vista phone.
What will I do without that support?
Upgrade. No, that'll end 2017. Extended main support. Extended support. Mainstream support already ended in 2012. Had no idea. Windows 7, it looks like mainstream will end January 13th, 2015.
But the Millennium Edition, that's still good, right?
I think so. Forever. Yes. Good old Windows Me.
I had an X with a computer with that on it. That was awful.
That's an adventure. You don't know what you're in for every time you boot your computer up.
Yeah, it's pretty much anything bad with Windows 2000.
Yeah, if you want to learn some basic PC repair, get Windows ME. That's all you'll be doing. That's it. Windows repair all the time. Let's see. Windows extended support for Windows 7 actually ends in 2020. Windows 8, that is going to end in 2023.
Honestly, they should just rebrand Windows 7 as 9.
Yeah,
exactly.
People would buy it.
They would.
A lot of people wouldn't even know.
I'm throwing a little bit of Windows XP as well while you're at it.
Well, they tried. Remember, they tried with Vista. They did a right after Vista came out. It was kind of a PR thing, and I can't remember what they called it now.
Mojave.
Yes, Windows Mojave, and then they had people like, "Oh, this is nice. I like it. It's much better than my Vista machine," and it's the same thing. They tried. It didn't work. Then they just moved on to Windows 7. So here we are with, let's see, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 9. I don't even know if it's going to be called Windows 9. They have, Threshold, Project Threshold. That's what they're calling it.
That's the word I saw.
Windows Threshold. It's crazy. And then they're working on, I talked about this a little bit last week, is the Microsoft Office now is going for Office Gemini, which is a mobile-based cloud office system. So, like we say, we have Office Gemini, Office 365, 2013 Home, 2013 Home and Student. It's ridiculous.
Isn't 365 their cloud?
Yeah, but it's not specifically made for tablets and for their Surface. That's what this Gemini is supposed to be.
God, they're so behind.
Right.
Have people not learned their lesson from cloud software? Especially recently.
I don't know. I mean,
I was so worried about my selfies that I had put up in the cloud.
You should be.
Leaked. So were we.
Yes. 8-bit selfies. That's bad.
Please don't let somebody see those.
Should never be in the mainstream. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the iCloud was supposedly the problem, but then Apple comes out and says that it was not our fault. iCloud had nothing to do with it. Sure. Yeah.
I believe
you don't know what to think anymore, but they are working towards other companies, not Microsoft, but other companies are working towards actual cloud-based software. Like we've talked about Adobe Photoshop being strictly online and things like that. I don't know if we have the bandwidth yet.
No.
Even with fiber.
I mean, to an extent, but a full version of Photoshop, no way.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a lot of processing
we've all
power.
used Pixlr now, I think.
Yeah.
At least once. And it's pretty robust for what it is, but you throw in some of those new features like the real-time 3D painting,
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
things like that won't work online yet.
No way. That's getting to quantum mechanics at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. Things are moving along though. I mean, eventually, I think in our lifetime we'll see cloud software. They do games online. I mean, although you do still have to download most of the patches and all that stuff to run on your computer. I don't know.
Are you drumming there as well?
I think it sounds like he's popping bubble wrap. I think he's obsessed with bubble wrap.
I hit mute, and I got confused. I thought I hit mute, and I actually unmuted while I was trying to open a bag of coffee beans.
He's like, is that the mute button? It says live. Yeah, press that one.
Let's hope it stays muted when I grind them.
Oh, yeah. We'll go to a long commercial break when that happens.
This is not a cooking show, is it?
It kinda. I mean, we talked about ovens last week for some reason.
This is true.
I don't know why.
How about we talk? I tell you what. Here's a funny. How about we talk about popcorn?
Okay, yeah, popcorn. Why?
I saw a video today on Facebook that these guys did an experiment with cell phones. They put some popcorn kernels in the middle of 3 cell phones that were pointing, say, head first towards them. So there were 3 cell phones on the outside, and they rang the 3 cell phones.
Oh, and the popcorn popped?
And the popcorn popped.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen the same video.
it's pretty creepy.
It is creepy.
So, is your brain being fried?
Could I make an egg?
Can you make an egg? Maybe.
I don't know. Can you?
Can I take some phones on a camping trip and
Well, maybe.
call for breakfast?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can call anybody for breakfast.
Room service.
Yeah.
You can use a phone for room service.
Tent. I'm in tent too. Bring me my eggs.
I meant cook them.
No, the idea behind it is that there's microwaves that are released from the phone, of course, and then
Yeah.
that excites the liquid in the popcorn kernel, and that vibrates because of the microwave, and then it explodes and turns into popcorn.
Interesting.
Yeah. Whether or not that's true, I have no idea, and I don't have enough phones to try that with.
I do. How many do you need?
Well, they did 3 in the video that I've
3,
seen,
yeah.
but you could probably put 10 around it and get a lot
I've
of
got
popcorn.
2. One is a burner for my special dealings.
The one that people don't know about.
Right.
Yeah.
I have one of
phone.
those as well.
Is it a bright red phone? Only the
No, it's
president.
green.
John's
Very patriotic.
John's the president calls him on his. So, oh man, what are we? Why are we talking about popcorn?
That's because, just a little segue, I thought Alan wanted to make coffee. So
I thought he did too.
I was going to. I decided to wait for a break.
Yeah, I figured actually now's a good time. We'll go pay some bills and play some music. This is actually Medicine by Major Parade. It's a friend of mine's band. So we'll come back here and talk popcorn and ovens and all kinds of fun stuff here on Live Speak Radio.
Got a hunger for the antidote. Oh, it's got a hold and it won't let go. Conversations with the dead of night. Self-destruction is my appetite. Pick me up and set me on your plane. Start the engine, take me away. Whoa, when I need a better me, you fix me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. When I'm broken, I need a repair. You got the remedy that picks me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. 'Cause I know that you'll always be there. When I need a better me, you fix me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. When I'm broken, I need a repair. You got the remedy that picks me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. 'Cause I know that you'll always be there. heart's pounding, picking up again, up again, up again. I'm surrounded and my eyes are red, my eyes are red, my eyes are red. Something's holding me around my neck. Stomach's turning, I'm a nervous wreck. Only water beneath me, so won't you hold me in the air tonight, night, night. When I need a better me, you fix me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. When I'm broken, I need a repair. You got the remedy that picks me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. 'Cause I know that you'll always be there. When I need a better me, you fix me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. When I'm broken, I need a repair. You got the remedy that picks me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. 'Cause I know that you'll always be there. When I need a better me, you fix me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. You got the remedy that picks me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. When I need a better me, you fix me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine. You got the remedy that picks me up. Oh, you're my medicine, medicine.
Need a do-it-yourself with your website? Let the gurus at thedigitalcraft.com teach you how to build, design, and maintain your website at an affordable price. They offer private training on web programming, graphic and web design, video production, motion graphics, and expert consulting. Book your session today on Facebook at facebook.com/thedigitcraft and check out free tutorials at youtube.com/thedigitcraft or take our courses on udemy.com. Thedigitalcraft.com, your web and design gurus.
Aw, geez, not again. John spilled his Pepsi. Can someone call an intern? And while they're at it, can someone please get Alan some pants? Back to the show, I guess.
Welcome back, everybody, to Live Speak Radio. That's one of my favorite little sound effects is John spilling his Pepsi.
Haven't heard that one in a while. You should add in now that Alan spilled his coffee grounds.
Yeah,
Yes. And I wear pants now.
yeah, he does. Actually, I heard his zipper earlier, which is
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, John doesn't. So
We've swapped roles.
we have that going for us now. It's fantastic. I wanted to talk. I've been telling everybody about this: the iPhone 6 and the Galaxy S5. I hear people talking about them, but nobody knows what they're talking about. You know, they'd hear things from somebody, oh yeah, the iPhone is like 9 inches long, and nobody has a clue. So I figured we could shed some light on it and kind of compare between the two of them. So you can decide if you want to get an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy S5, or go with a different phone like the Galaxy Note or something.
Or the Galaxy S2 like I have.
Yeah, exactly. If you're way
Such a
behind in the
modern
times.
guy.
Yeah. If you live in Sligo, Ireland, you can
That's
have...
the government phone they gave me. It's
Oh.
You got a Nokia flip phone.
I got a Nokia 3310.
Yes.
You can play Centipede on it.
Oh, I forgot about that. Snake. Snake was fun. Stupidest game ever, but it's fun. No, there's I'd say I got the Galaxy S5, and one of the features that I just started using is the multi-screen, where you can have two different things open at the same time.
I forgot about that.
It's pretty nice. Yeah, I completely forget about these features, and
Those have that really thin tip stylus too, don't it?
That's the Note, I think.
Oh, yeah. Continue.
The S5, I think you can get the stylus with it, that thin tip stylus too, but it doesn't come with it like it does with the Note.
I'd lose that. Straight away, I'd lose that.
Yeah, I know. I would too. I have a stylus that I use for my tablet, and sometimes I use it on my phone, but I end up losing it, so I end up buying more than one. But it's if you want to go with the iPhone 6, now we're not talking about the iPhone 6 Plus. The iPhone 6 Plus is the giant phone, and we'll talk more about that and the differences there, but a lot of people are trying to figure out what they want. Either if they want to go with Android in the Galaxy, or if they want to go with Apple and go with the iPhone 6. iPhone 6 iOS 8 is what's on it now. Android 4.4 KitKat is still the most recent. That's what's on the Galaxy. There's little features that I can talk about personally that I've used on my phone, like the multitasking, which is phenomenal. But there's other things.
Men couldn't multitask.
What?
I thought men couldn't multitask.
They can't, apparently.
Yeah. That's why there's three of us on this show.
That's right. Can somebody press the commercial button? Thank you.
So a Polak and an Irish man walking through. What are you, Justin?
What am I? I have no idea. I'm Irish and German and a little everything.
American.
I'm sure my family will hop on the chat and tell you what I am. I have no idea. American.
We have a word for that over here.
Mutt? Yeah. I consider that I'm a mutt, for sure. Oh, gosh. Okay, back to the technology. No, the Galaxy S5, I'll tell you about the weight of it. Galaxy S5 is 145 grams. The iPhone 6, 129 grams. S5 is a little bit heavier. The iPhone 6, it's slightly easier to hold in one hand, but the Galaxy S5 actually it is pretty big, but it has a feature in it that you can turn on called single hand mode or one hand mode or something, and you can shrink down the screen so you can just use your thumb, and you can get to everything if you just use one hand if you have tiny hands. So it doesn't. I mean, if you can't hold the phone properly, it's got a mode, a feature that you can turn it on so you can actually use one hand. Seems weird to have that feature, but it could be good for people. The screen size, too, Apple still hasn't gotten to the full HD yet. I don't understand that. They still have not figured out that 1080 is what you need to be at on a screen. So it's a 4.7-inch screen, and the resolution's 1334 by 750. That gives you 326 pixels per inch. And the Galaxy S5 is the 5.1-inch screen. It's 1920 by 1080, the way it should be. That's 400.
Now, let me tell you something about this.
Okay.
Like, from someone trying to make an Android app long ago. This is like, it just breaks your brain trying to figure out how you're supposed to make these graphics correctly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough when the resolution. I don't know, just the dots per inch, I don't know. I can't even talk about it. It's just confusing.
It is. I mean, we at work with the app that we use for the magazine at work. Of course, I get all the trouble tickets, and 90% of it is Android. It won't open on my Android. Well, what kind of Android do you have? What kind of tablet? And it's a random, non-commercial tablet, but it has an Android on it. You'd think it would work, but it doesn't. It's because the screen's bigger. It's got less pixels. It is very confusing. There's no standard. That is a benefit
I could not,
to the
on
iPhones.
my phone, I could not get my round graphics to not be oval.
Oh, because they're stretching? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, you almost have to make 10, 15 different versions of each little graphic, which then bumps up the
size of the download.
The size, yeah. So it's like you kind of have to play around with it, because I mean the size of the app isn't that big of a deal on bigger phones and things like that they can handle that. I mean, the download sucks if you're using your data, but running, it's not that bad. So essentially, you could just make everything really, really high resolution, and the phone should downgrade it.
Yeah.
If you have an old phone, but older phones can't necessarily handle these giant graphics, these huge high resolution graphics. So it's kind of a weird. You got to kind of pick and choose. And it's just really confusing. I don't want to do it anymore. Quit.
I quit. I'm done.
Like if I can't explain it, even I don't. Yeah.
I heard something quickly off topic, sort of, that Firefox, the browser, had they came up with something recently to allow not so much responsive web design, but Firefox will now decide, it'll figure out what device it's being viewed on, and it will shrink everything. It's kind of like responsive, but it's not.
I saw that.
I don't know how to explain it. I just popped in my head when you were talking about that, about the different sizes of things, and Firefox is working on something. They're still struggling behind Chrome, so we'll see what happens there. They don't have the money that Chrome exactly.
Have.
Yeah,
a lot of that is. That's why they're behind.
All the development and everything needed. Yeah. Now, some of the other Galaxy S5 features that don't really get talked about all that much, but they're important, because if you want these features, you need to have a Samsung Galaxy S5, not an iPhone. One of them, the most notable thing, is that you can get a removable back, so you can take out the battery and replace the battery with a new one, or put a micro SD card in there. Apple still has not figured that out, and they will not let you do it. I don't know if they don't want you to put in a SD card and then take music off of it from iTunes and then go put it somewhere else, or.
No, I know exactly what it is. They want you to have to upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny that Apple users don't get tired of that, because they're so Apple. If you're a true Apple user, you don't care what they give you.
I just ran into that actually today. We were up at Starbucks, me and the kids, and I brought a whole bunch of gadgets for them to play with while I ignored them. And
honesty.
Been there.
And they're trying to download kids games, and I couldn't download anything else on my iPod because I have the 8 gigabyte, and apparently I had one movie on the iPod.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
So I had to delete it.
And then, also you have to, when you get to a point on these iPhones where, like, my mom had an iPhone 4S or something, I think, and it had an upgrade or an update, and she couldn't download it. It was too big. She just didn't have any room. I even went through and took off all her, pictures, music, everything, just so it could do the update, and it still couldn't. So what do? You upgrade. You have to buy a new phone. And that to me is just crazy. Absolutely nuts. I need expansion in the technology that I have. I have to be able to customize it, and if I can't, then I don't see the point. It doesn't make any sense.
So what's the storage space on the new iPhone 6 compared to the S5?
Oh, depends on the model. Somebody got a 64 gigabyte one the other day that I was at work. Right. They do have I think it's 128 gig or something. I can't remember the biggest one that you can get.
I see it here now. 16 gig, 64 gig, and 128 gig options.
Okay, so it's
the iPhone 6.
Wow.
And the Galaxy S5 has 16 gigabyte storage option, but of course that's expandable, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you can put a micro SD card in there. That's a great little feature you don't hear a whole lot about, because it's not a giant feature, but it is very convenient to be able to just put more space in your phone, or have multiple SD cards, one for pictures, one for music, one for whatever, and to replace the battery. The other thing, too, about the Galaxy S5 that I just found out recently is that it's water resistant. It's the ability to survive for up to 30 minutes in 3 feet of water.
Oh, like completely submerged?
Completely submerged. It's the charging port on the bottom of it. It actually has a little rubber gasket around it. I can see and it alerts you if you unplug your charger. Something pops on the screen. It says, "Don't forget to close the little port on the bottom." Blah blah blah. And as soon as you do, the whole phone is sealed up. And I don't know how it doesn't ruin the microphone or the headphone jack, because that's a big hole in the phone.
Those little rubber things drive me nuts. I just got those earbuds those Bluetooth earbuds, and the charging port has that on it, and it keeps on flapping.
Oh.
Then it like tickles my ear.
So what you're saying is you stop riding your bike and you take a break every 5 minutes and it tickles your ear?
Oh, yeah. I stopped riding my bike about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's sad.
When it was stolen.
Oh,
really?
Yours too?
Yeah. Again.
That's unreal. Did you see the Yurka Project bike that I put up on the website the other day?
Yeah, I did not click on it yet, though.
The bike basically is the lock. You have to watch it. It's the bottom support beam of the bike. Actually, you can kind of unscrew it and open it up and put it around like a pole, and then you take the seat out, and the seat's a long pole, and you thread that down through, and it becomes a lock. Your whole bike is a lock at that point.
Wow.
They call it the unstealable bike.
Are we having them on the show?
I'm going to try, yeah. They made it. It's creators from Oregon. Many bike riders in Oregon. But yeah, that's what you need to get. I don't know how expensive it's going to be, though. Because it looked like a very custom bike. But yeah, so somehow we got onto bikes from the S5. We do that a lot. So it can go underwater, and it's water resistant, not waterproof. So
Which the bike now are...
The Galaxy S5. The bike. I wonder if the bike's probably waterproof.
Possibly.
Might rust the chain.
Can you lock it to anything underwater?
You could. I don't know how you would do that, but why not?
If you've cycled off the end of a pier,
that's true.
You may want to lock it to the pier just in case
there
somebody steals it.
There are those people that follow their GPS and it tells them to turn right, and they turn right into a lake. There are those people out there that, for some reason, take the advice of their GPS versus what they actually can see out of their window. I don't understand that. But there you go. If you have a little GPS in your bike and you go into the water, you can lock it underwater.
Excellent.
Courtesy of John. You're welcome for that. Now, back to the S5. On the software side, Samsung, of course, has the IR port on the phone to control your TV as an actual remote control. Not through the Wi-Fi or anything like that, just pulling it at the TV, turn the volume up, whatever. It's got the NFC in it. It's the little scanning port in it that lets you do mobile payments at places if you have something Google Wallet set up or PayPal. Multi-window mode that I talked about earlier, so you can use two different apps on the screen at the same time. And, of course, the one-handed mode that I was talking about if you want a smaller screen.
That sounds so dodgy.
I know, I didn't want to say it, but that's what they describe it as. So if you want one-handed mode, Galaxy S5 it comes with one-handed mode. That is kind of creepy.
Did they specify which hand?
No, it's your choice. Lady's choice. The iPhone 6 now includes Wi-Fi calling on T-Mobile, which is nothing new, and on AT&T in 2015. And Apple finally included the NFC to enable mobile payments under Apple Pay. I just found this out, too, the little NFC chip, I don't know what you want to call it, the feature in your phone for the Galaxy. When you turn it on, it doesn't use any battery at all until it's being used. So you can have it on all the time. I turn all that stuff off because I don't want to use up my battery, but that's a feature that you can have on, and it will not. Yeah, so that's a little tech tip for you there. And that kind of stuff with S-Beam for the Samsung, you can tap your phone up to another Android and exchange pictures and music and things like that. Nice little feature. I've really never used it, but I guess it's...
I don't quite understand it. Do you have to hold your phone next to it while you transfer pictures?
No, you basically you tap the backs of the phones together, kind of like that Bump app a while ago, and then it shares via the NFC, kind of like Bluetooth. So you don't have to hold it there the whole time. You just tap it, it sends the signal, and this is what it's going to get, and then you're basically allowing access to your phone.
I get it. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I don't know if it goes over the
Visa
Wi-Fi.
cards have them.
Oh yeah, they do. That's right, because
Really?
you can just tap at the gas stations and stuff. Yeah.
Huh.
Similar
Can
technology.
you just like tap somebody else's card and transfer money?
I'm wondering about that, honestly. I mean, if someone got your phone and you had your Google Wallet or your PayPal set up and you go pay for something like that and you tap your phone, is there any security? I mean, do I have to put in a PIN? I don't know. It seems like kind of a scary thing.
But I know a lot of places do it for payments. Well, here in Ireland, for payments under €15, you don't need to enter your PIN.
Oh.
You just tap your card. McDonald's are famous for it. Not that I go to McDonald's that much, but they advertise it the most.
Interesting.
Over here.
I actually went there today and got my food for free because their credit card machine did not work.
What?
Yeah.
That never works for me. Even if their whole restaurant's broke, I still have to go find some form of payment, whether it's a chicken or something. Nothing's ever free at McDonald's. How do you do that?
Did you say you pay for McDonald's with a chicken?
Yeah, sometimes herring. Depends on what kind of fish I have with me.
If you don't have a credit card, we will take a chicken.
Exactly.
Live.
Give me your firstborn child. Yes. I don't care. It's just never free. That's why I'm very confused. That's fantastic.
Is that some kind of policy they have or something?
I don't know.
I think she just saw that I was getting irritated.
Do you have one of those faces?
Which I wasn't. Yeah, I just said resting bitch face.
Yes.
So you realize she probably gave you her meal allowance for the day.
Okay,
They're allowed to have,
right?
Yes. So she just went hungry.
She did. I know. And the scraps were going to go to her children.
Wow.
Oh, the things I do.
The things that you do. Good Lord. You know what? Let's go to a break. We'll pay some bills. Let the sponsors do their things. This is a new sponsor of the show. It's one of my favorite ones. So enjoy this. But we'll be back. We'll talk some more iPhone 6 and Galaxy S5 after this break. We will.
You would not believe the motherload I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it, leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels. Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party, or your lover's apartment. Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid marks are as tenacious as mine. But what can be done of that subtle scent of a 300-cow dairy farm? Aerosol air fresheners aren't the most effective option, or the healthiest. Trying to mask the stench, giving you a nice blend of ChemLab carnations with just a touch of feces. So, how do you make the world believe your poop doesn't stink? Or in fact that you never poop at all? Poopery. Poopery is the before-you-go toilet spray that has proven to trap those embarrassing odours at the source and save relationships. Simply spritz poopery in the bowl to create a film on the water's surface that actually traps the odours in their porcelain prison. And when your little astronauts splash down and make contact with the film, they release poopery's pleasant aromas, so all those around you can smell as a refreshing bouquet of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works. We've sold over 4 million bottles. On Amazon alone, there are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. That's a better Amazon rating than the iPhone 5. If it doesn't completely stop your stench from spreading, send it back for a full refund. Our unconditional stink-free guarantee. If your poo stinks, click here to get your poopery today at poopery.com. So whether you need to pinch a loaf at work, cut a rope at a party, or lay a brick at your boyfriend's, your days of embarrassing smells all prairie dogging it are over. Poopery. Our business is to make it smell like your business never even happened.
If it's geeks you want, then it's geeks you got. You're listening to the Geeks of Livespeak, Justin Gilson, Alan Quant, and John Rainey. We won't keep you any longer. Back to the show.
That was not a break.
That was.
I did not
Thanks
get
for
a
the
single
warning.
break.
Yeah, you're welcome for that.
I was eating a chocolate mouse.
Well, I had
Genuinely, listen.
to. Well, enjoy that.
I didn't like
With
that.
your poopery. That was so funny.
Did she say spit?
I don't know.
Spit. Little
You spit
film
it into the
and-
bowl? Yeah.
I think she said spray a little film into the bowl. I don't know.
No, she said
Or
spit.
Spill, maybe it was.
All it is that if you've never heard of it, I guess it works. I don't know. It's just a little tiny spray bottle that you carry around with you, and you spray it in the toilet before you use the bathroom. I don't know. I guess it works.
Good Lord.
So you have been enlightened in education for the day. Poopery.com.
So every single thing in that I did not ever want to associate it with a woman.
I know. That's why I love the British woman that does the commercial.
A man can prairie dog all day. It doesn't bother me.
No.
Women should not be prairie dogging.
No, not at all. But they are. You just don't know it. That's it.
I quit at life.
Oh, gosh. I don't know how you segue
Are we getting
from
any
that.
free samples?
Of poop?
The spray.
Oh,
I was going to say of the product.
I think Alan can hook you up there.
Product.
Oh, gosh. That's so terrible. But fantastic.
That sound of dropping, was it her dropping the iPhone 6 to test its waterproof capabilities?
It may have been. It may have been. It's funny. Phone does not have that capability. And if you look between the specs of the iPhone 6 and the 5, there's not a whole lot of difference. It's just, like we said earlier, they charge people to upgrade. Here's a new phone. Enjoy. It comes with the new Apple A8 64-bit processor, so it's a proprietary in-house processor. Of course, iOS 8 comes with it. It's 4.7-inch display. You already said 16 gig, 64, and 128 gig storage options. It's got a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera and an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera, which 8 megapixels is not a lot nowadays. It's not as much. Comes with the 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, of course. It's got the Touch ID fingerprint sensor and now the NFC. Now you compare that with the Galaxy S5 that comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, Android KitKat. We talked about 5.1-inch display, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gig storage option, 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera, and a 16 megapixel rear-facing camera, which also provides 4K video. I've been shooting video on mine, and it's pretty phenomenal to be able to have 4K video. 28 megawatt milliamp hours battery, 2800 milliamp hour battery. Of course, the same Wi-Fi, and it's got a fingerprint reader in it now. The Galaxy S5. I tried doing that the other day. You can set that up with PayPal. So anytime you want to pay, you have to swipe your finger. You just pay for something, swipe your fingerprint, and it pays. That's for purchases online. I don't know if that's for purchases in store, for like when you scan the NFC. I don't know if it does that, but if you're shopping online, you see something that takes PayPal or your Google Wallet, you can say, yeah, I want that. Swipe, done. So good way to waste money. Real quick way to waste money.
What, in terms of the battery life on the S5?
Yeah, that's one thing I don't have in front of me. I don't know. For me, it's lasted. I mean, it goes a good full day and a half of activity, but it also has power saving mode. Then it has ultra power saving mode, and what that does is it turns all the graphics to black and white. Shrinks. I think it shrinks the resolution down a little bit, and it'll work on standby for a full week. So your phone will stay. I mean, if it's in power saving mode, you're going to use it. So I don't know why you would just let it sit there, but it could for an entire week or 24 hours of use. If you're down at like 10%, I think it is.
And have you still the task manager on the S5?
Yeah.
By press and hold the button, you can turn programs off.
Actually, they have a button on the left of it now.
Okay.
There used to be the one button on the left used to be the options button that would just bring up menus and every app that you're in. They replaced it with that task manager.
Okay.
So it's got task manager, the main center button, and then the back button. The main center button can be used. It's got, of course, the S voice on this. So if you tap it twice, it comes up and you can tell it to set a timer or schedule an appointment or things like that. The other thing I was going to say about the S5 that is kind of annoying, and you can turn it off, but it's nice to have also, if you're on the main home screen and you swipe to the right, instead of it going to another Android window, it goes to Flipboard, full screen. It's built in. It's called Samsung Magazine now.
Oh.
So it's there. It's on I want to keep calling it the desktop, but your main home screen. If you swipe to the right, it comes up. I turned it off because I accidentally keep hitting the side of my phone and it opens Flipboard. But the cost, if you're going to get the iPhone or the Galaxy S5, The iPhone 6 starts on a contract $199, and the Galaxy S5 on a contract also $199. Most people won't pay full contract price for the Galaxy S5 though. From the Samsung S5 is available for $79 on a contract at Amazon right now, which you're never going to see the iPhone 6 at that price ever, unless you trade in your old iPhone. I guess iPhone 6 deals at Walmart dropped $20 or something and include a $15 gift card. The recent thing that they did with the iPhone 6 too, did you hear about with U2, the band U2? They actually put their entire album for free on iTunes for iPhone 6 owners. So now their album, somehow I think it got over 1 million different, downloads. So that's free promotion for them.
For sure.
I mean, I don't know if they're...
And I'm sure they're getting a cut out of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So that's kind of genius. It's easy to get an album to, platinum status if you release it to 5 billion people, for free. I don't know.
Well, and things have flipped around now to where before, and I think even I remember talking about this on the show a long time ago, that for musicians, we made money on CDs and things before, and now that's just not the way it works anymore. It's been flipped around. They used to lose money on their tours, hoping they'd recoup it with their CDs. Now they're doing it the other way around. That's why ticket prices are so high. Yeah. Because they're trying to get people out to the show. So releasing your disc for free, which half the world's going to take for free anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Even if they don't need it, it's free. Take it.
Right. It's good promotion to get you out to the show so they can actually make money. Now people like you too don't need money.
Yeah, they don't need to make more.
I think they're all right. I think Radiohead also, like bands like that, they've been putting out free CDs for like years now. I don't think anybody pays for their CDs. They do that pick a price thing.
Oh, really?
Get it for free or give them money.
Prince did it as well, I think.
Really? Yeah. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it just seems like if a company has to add that kind of stuff to their equipment to get you to buy it, they're not telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like, hey, we'll give you $1,000 if you just take this phone, please. I'm not sure about it. I'm just not an iPhone guy. I like the Galaxy S5.
It was too late to switch now. You got all your apps. And,
yes.
And I think one of the smart moves would be to try and figure out a way to make it so that you could transfer your apps.
Yes.
If there is a Apple version of an app, allow you to have it without having to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been doing Android for so long that I just don't feel like it.
No, you're right. I mean, when I got this S5, I just signed in, and all my old apps were on there, and my emails and pictures, and I mean, why would I try and go over to an iPhone and start completely over? No, it's like me going from a PC to a Mac right now. It won't happen.
If you cast your mind back 12 months, the big selling point of the iPhone 5 was the fingerprint. There was a couple of other things as well that were kind of innovative.
You're right.
If you look at this launch, there's nothing there to grab your attention with the exception of the Apple Pay and the U2 album.
Right. And
it's essentially the same phone.
Yeah.
With a couple of minor tweaks.
Exactly.
Jobs is probably rolling in his grave.
It's interesting. And people are buying it. People are buying it, totally. Because they're diehard iPhone fans. Apple. Now, they are working. I did read something the other day that Apple is working a lot on wearable type stuff where you don't necessarily have to have your phone with you all the time. Because right now, wearables, the Moto Watch and things like that, it still has to Bluetooth with your phone. But Apple said that they're trying to make a watch that you don't have to have your phone with you all the time.
That would be smart.
Yeah, so that's another step ahead.
A smartwatch.
Yeah, exactly. A real, actual smartwatch.
The iWatch, the IntelliWatch.
The everything. Yes. We'll find out. I don't know. I haven't had any. I haven't bought any wearables or anything like that. I know. I think
my Bluetooth headphones would be considered kind of wearables.
Yeah.
My trousers would be.
Oh my god.
Are they smart though?
Yes. Are they smart? Or are they just dirty? Dirty pants. Dirty eye pants.
That's the only wearables I possess.
I know some people have the Fitbit and things like that, but now the Samsung Galaxy S5 comes with S Health, which has a pedometer. It doesn't have a heart rate monitor, but it's got dieting tips and things like that, exercises, and so you get the smart watches and the wearables that have kind of the same stuff: a pedometer, heart rate monitor. I'm not sure what else they have in them besides being a clock for you to see and answer phone calls and things like that. You can't text on them unless you use a voice-activated texting or something. So, my dad told me that earlier on the phone, he said that, did you hear that BlackBerry is thinking about buying Apple? And I thought,
yeah, right.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Your dad reading The Onion?
He must be. Some gawker. So, no idea. That's funny, though.
Now, I have considered, actually, I almost bought it, I think it was the Garmin golf watch, GPS golf watch.
Oh. How does that work out?
Would, I suppose, be classed as a wearable. It's $200 anyway for a start. It's got the touch charging. You actually, it's a clamp that you just touch the back of the watch with and it charges it automatically. It can be worn. I think you get about a week out of it as a standard watch, but you'll only get a day out of it if you're using it as a GPS golf sat nav type thing. It's pretty basic. There's no major things into it. It tells you distance and what hole you're on, basic information about the golf thing. But it's a nice looking watch. That's kind of the only wearable one that I looked at.
Is it down?
I'm looking at it.
Can you download? Go to a different course, and can you download that course, put it on your watch?
Oh yeah, there's a full list of course. Yeah,
that would be pretty handy. It's just I like the idea that people are getting away from having a phone for everything. I like that idea that you can have a watch for something, or maybe you have a necklace, because they have the necklaces now for blind people. They even have necklaces for people that have memory problems that record all day. They can tell what's going on, and if they have memory problems, they can go back and replay their day, basically. I love seeing that kind of innovation. And I talked a little bit with some friends the other day, and I saw a TED video on bionics and different appendages that they're making and things for people that have lost their legs or their arms or things like that. And the TED Talk that I saw, the guy that he created these synthetic skin that have sensors and things in it that attach to your real skin, and then the electronics feed through the limb. So if he thinks that he's moving his foot, which he doesn't have, the electronics will move the foot. That to me that's crazy.
Wow,
that's pretty cool.
And it also reacts and it moves like a regular human leg would. The calf muscles that pull your foot up when you walk, they really have gotten into all the science and things behind the stuff that they've allowed people to get back to dancing with false appendage. It's incredible.
I never thought about that. When I was looking at that brain helmet and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think about possibilities with that. I mean, if you can train it, are you laughing at my term?
Brain helmet?
I just try to picture a brain helmet. I'm just thinking, is it something you put your brain into, or what is it?
It's funny. I didn't even think of it. I knew exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
or it's a helmet that just has a painting of a brain on it.
Yes,
it is. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me though. I was watching a TED Talk the other day. I don't know if you've seen this one. Blew my mind anyway. It's they showed how we can actually pull images from a brain now.
What?
Like the idea of like being able to like see your dreams and things like that. Like yeah, dude, it's nuts. You need to watch it. I'll have to find it. It shows side by side. They had people in a brain scanner watching YouTube clips or like little videos, and so on the screen they show the YouTube clip, and then to the right of it they show what the brain scanner's picking up, and it's like creepy. It's not a full image yet, like you can't really see features too well, but like say there's a video of a person, you can see dark and light, like a silhouette of a person. They said the only thing that's stopping them from getting a full image is they have to learn how to get basically more magnets or better magnets into the brain scanner. It's just all about resolution. So as soon as they can figure that out, they can get a full image. Isn't that nuts?
That's creepy.
It's really creepy to watch. It's really cool.
So you put that together with these bionic limbs and Google's Boston Dynamics, and you're going to have robots that... Oh, that's weird. That is so weird.
So what if you already have 2 legs and you want a third?
I'm sure you could manage it.
How does that work?
I don't know. I guess you have a spare that just sits in the closet. I have no idea. They were showing, though, that there was a lady, she lost both of her legs from her knees down, and they put her into the bionic limbs and turned off all the power and everything, and she walked down a little incline, down a decline, I guess you would call it, and she was kind of struggling, and then she went back up, and you could tell she was like just walking on pegs, basically, and then they turned the electronics on, and it was like a leg. She just scampered up the hill, it just pushed her.
Crazy.
Yeah, just like regular muscles and legs. And they say that we're also, before, I don't know, in our lifetime maybe, we're all going to be wearing some sort of exoskeleton where you will be able to use these things to... what was that?
That was me trying to make electronic noises, and I failed.
Oh. I thought you were like murdering a pig or something. I don't know what happened. Somebody under a pillow. Yeah, they say that there are different kinds of exoskeletons that'll, hook around your ankle and then to the back of your leg, that when you're walking or if you're running, it takes all the impact off of your real muscles and your bones, that you won't get any.
We're gonna be really lazy.
There's gonna
our
be
muscles are gonna be pudding.
Yeah. There was this guy, the presenter, was a rock climber, and he made like 3 different types of prosthetic limbs for his legs. That had, for ice climbing, he had, feet with spikes in it. And then he had a little thin wedged feet for when he went rock climbing. He could jam his feet into the little tiny cracks in the rocks. And it was just funny watching him.
What happens if they get stuck and you can't get them out?
I guess you'll leave it there. Carry an extra in your backpack. I don't know. But the idea behind him, and I love this idea, is that people as a whole are not broken. They can't be broken or disabled. He says our technology is what's broken, because we should be able to fix people that have those problems, but the technology isn't there yet. So,
wild.
Yeah, and now we have brain scanners, and oh man. So
yeah, you got to watch that video.
Yeah, you have to find me that link and send it to me. I think that would be... It's getting kind of scary, but it's also the things that can be done with it are going to be ridiculous.
Just being able to people have got to be thinking of things during the day or at night or just just being able to record things like that just blows my mind.
Yes.
Yeah, you have like a brilliant idea you can visualize in your head, but by the time you get to anywhere where you can do anything with that idea, you've forgotten about it completely, or I don't know, it's just wild.
Yeah, I mean,
they're working on things with music too. I don't remember if that was in that same video, but the same kind of concept with music, where you could translate something like a tune you're thinking of in your head, and actually write it out.
Yeah, have sheet music.
Do you know where that would come into its own?
Where?
Coma patients.
Oh, that'd be wild.
I wonder. Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Because there's no real definitive science of what people go through in a coma. Some people say they can hear you, some people say you can't.
Yeah, it'd be creepy if you're talking to the person, and then on their brain scanner, like an image of you comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, being able to see if they're actually being able to hear you.
Yeah, or you find out that they're actually really in pain. Every coma patient is always in pain.
Oh yeah, actually, being able to hear audio would be probably awful.
Yeah. I mean, and it would change things. Like with DNA recently, there's people that are protesting DNA, saying that it's not the same anymore and that we need to try and do different ways of finding the DNA. People have been exonerated from murders because they find out their DNA was faulty. And I mean, everything changes. So we might find out that coma patients really aren't in a coma, that they're in a lot of pain and their eyes are just closed. I don't know.
Interesting.
It is. That's why I love technology. It's endless. They already have people, or they have a car for blind people that they're working on, where you wear kind of like a vest, and it'll drive for you. It has sensors and radars and stuff on it. And when it gets to objects, it vibrates like the right side of the vest and tells you, turn right. It's turning right. So you kind of know what's going on. But if you're blind, I guess you don't see what's going on. But and it also has a kind of a helmet that drives with your hair. It actually, they say that an electrical signal goes out through your hair and touches this helmet and can move a vehicle.
Huh.
Now, I'm just curious, what happens if you have hair implants? Is it going to be a different kind of driver? Is it going to be an aggressive driver when I'm not really aggressive because it's not my hair? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
What if you're wearing gel? What if you got hairspray in?
Maybe you have to put a certain gel in too.
Maybe.
Conductive gel.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Google Street View were here last week in my street. I was raging because I spotted them when they were on their way back down. And if I had spotted them, I wanted to be at the window.
I wanted to be creeper at the window.
There's a Rainy in the window.
I saw the car going down, and that was the first thing that entered my head. I thought, damn it. I could have been ass flashing or something.
Oh my gosh. Those are funny, the Google Street View images that are like that, they catch people doing certain things. Yeah. Oh. Well,
so that was my week.
That's a fantastic week. Wow. Mooning Google Street View. Well, I'm out of tech news. I have nothing left in front of me. Anybody else have anything? I don't. We're at that time. We could listen to Poopery again.
No.
No. Good. We're good. What do you think, John? You think you're going to be on the show again next week?
Should be.
Okay.
Should
Put
be.
him on the spot. Why don't you?
Yeah. Well, he can change his mind off the air. No one will know.
John, do you actually like us as people?
No, of course not.
I really don't want to be drawn on that question.
Yeah, talking about put him on the spot.
Please don't ask me that question.
Ever. He doesn't like to be rude.
No, my security clearance has been revoked, so I'm now an ordinary civilian, so I should be here next week.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's just saying that. He's still undercover. Deep undercover.
Deep.
I feel like just
when I
sometimes
say
he repeats everything I say, but it's funnier when he does it. I don't know why. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's it for us then here at Live Speak Radio. Unless you guys have anything else, I just have Poopery. That's it. That's all I got. That's it.
No, I've got nothing.
All right. Well, I guess we got nothing but Poopery. So we will see you next week right here on Live Speak Radio. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook.com/LiveSpeakRadio and Twitter.com/LiveSpeakRadio. Also head over to the digitalcraft.com if you want some tutoring and just to talk with Alan. And you need some web design stuff done, SligoWebSolutions.com. There you go. So we will see you guys next week. And enjoy your week. Go buy a Samsung Galaxy S5, not an iPhone. That's an order. So we'll see you next week here on Live Speak Radio, where we do it live.
Thank you for listening to Live Speak Radio with hosts Justin Gilson and Alan Quant. Tune in next week to hear more amazing tech news, gadget reviews, and interviews. Don't be afraid to release your inner geek. Listen to Live Speak.